So there's something going on with Vinnie Mac and his return at WBE. And Dave Meltzer, interestingly enough, mentioned this while he was on Sunday night's main event show to talk about Vince returning to the company as the executive director of the board of directors this past January. He forced himself back in after the hush money scandal last July. Triple H has taken over creative. Since then, at one point it was Stephanie and Nick Khan as co-CEOs. Now it's just Nick Khan as CEO because Stephanie decided to leave just days after Vinnie Mac forced his way back into the company. Last week at Raw, which was early March, Vince just randomly showed up, was hanging out backstage. He had a creepy little mustache going on, looking all sorts of weird. One guy said that, who has known Vince for over 20 years, that it was a more shocking look than he had when he was bald after the Battle of the Billionaires at WrestleMania 23, where he was shaved bald by Donald Trump and Steve Austin and Lashley. And he was reportedly there just to see Cena, even though they didn't make a lot of sense. They could see each other outside of that world. And it was his first time back since, aka, retiring kind of thing. And he was sitting in Gorilla, and he was not giving any orders or anything like that, but it was just a very, very odd thing. Anyways, so more of this has come out. And Meltzer talked about how the public reason given for Vinnie Mac's visit was just the fact that he was there to see Cena. But in fact, he was told by someone within WB that McMahon was there for other reasons. And I'm going to attempt to read Meltzer's wording. Just keep in mind that I'm doing my best. That's what they want you to believe, meaning McMahon visiting Cena. Triple H was in charge of creative, but I mean, he has influence on stuff now, and Triple H even said so, which he has. They talk about it. Triple H is the one in charge, but Vince offers his opinion, and that's natural. I talked to someone there, about that, like that night, and it was just like, that's what they want you to believe, meaning Triple H is in charge, Vinnie Mac was there just to visit Cena. But Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, is the one in charge. He was the one giving all the orders and everything like that. But Vince was there, and whatever that means, long run, we'll see. He added, when asked whether or not it was possible that Cena was the only reason that McMahon was there, Meltzer stated, and I quote, "I'm just told it's more than that. When I said that, what they want you to believe, that means there's more to it than that." Obviously, that has led to a lot of speculation as to what this means for WB going forward, what this means regarding the creative heading into WrestleMania, the match finishes of that said show, and then creative coming out of that show. There's typically a lot of changes that happen in WB after WrestleMania. It's kind of like their reset point where you have NXT talent go up. Historically, you have talent releases afterwards on a Black Friday. What will happen, we don't know. And this all comes in a time where Vince McMahon has been exploring the possibility of selling the company, and I just don't see a scenario, a world in which Vince sells the company in which he has nothing to do with going forward. I just find that hard to believe. I think this is going to be a typical one. I don't think he sells. If he does sell, it'll be what Dana White did at the UFC, where it's like, okay, you're going to buy me out, but I'm still in control of this thing kind of thing. We'll see how it all plays out, but that's the latest on Vinnie Mac being backstage at a recent WWE Raw event.